Pygame is a Python framework that lets you make games. In this video, I attempted to learn and create a game using this framework, and for no other reason than to make my own life harder, I decided to try and do it in just 48 hours. Luckily for me, I had a plan to help me out.
I had a goddamn plan!
Step 1 was to get a game idea. I've actually been sitting on the idea of making a game about, and hear me out here, a toaster in space. How it would work is that you play as a toaster that is floating around in space, and you have to stop yourself from floating off the screen by shooting toast. To make the game a bit more engaging, you'll also need to collect pieces of floating bread to refill your ammo. With the idea sorted, I moved on to step 2 of the plan, which was creating the game. Yeah, I didn't have a clue how to get started, so I took a step back and spent an hour or so following this guide. This taught me some of the basics of Pygame, and it was actually pretty useful. I didn't make it all the way to the end though, because eventually I felt confident enough to start working on the game. I started by creating some basic classes for the player and the collectible, and also set up a simple game loop. After that, I attempted to create the player movement system, but it didn't really go as planned. After about an hour of fumbling around with this, I decided just to give in and Google it. Found some code that was roughly what I wanted, so I modified it, and now we have a piece of toast that's floating around in space, or at least a space. To make it easier for the player to see which direction they will move in, I made the toast sprite face the mouse. I then also realised that the player sprite is a piece of toast instead of a toaster, and this was honestly the biggest problem I've run into so far.
Bruh.
To fix this, I'm going to need a toaster sprite. In case you haven't already noticed, the toast sprite was made by taking a picture of a piece of toast and then shrinking it down into a pixelated version. I'm going to do the same thing for the toaster sprite, but first I need a picture of a toaster. Luckily for me, I think I know a guy who might just have one. While we're waiting to hear back from Eero, let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Brilliant. Brilliant is a platform where you learn by doing. They have thousands of interactive lessons in math, data analysis, AI, and my personal favourite, programming. Brilliant is a platform that is designed to help you learn effectively. Each lesson gets you involved by using hands-on problem solving, a method that is proven to be more effective than watching lecture videos. And as a student who watches lots of lecture videos, I have to agree. It also helps you to build your critical thinking skills at the same time that you're learning about your chosen topic. If you're like me and don't always have a lot of spare time to spend learning, don't worry, because with Brilliant all you need is a few spare minutes each day. They also have this streak feature, which while it may sound silly, it has really helped me to make a habit of going to Brilliant every day and learning something new so that I don't lose my streak. If you're interested in programming, I recommend the Programming with Python course. It goes over all of the programming essentials as well as teaches you to think like a programmer. I've actually been taking this course myself in preparation for today's video, and it's not only helped me learn about Python, but it's also helped me to become a better programmer. You can try out Brilliant for free for a full 30 days by heading to brilliant.org/cron or by clicking the link in the description. By using the link, you can also get 20% off an annual subscription. Brilliant is a product I use myself, and I at least think that you should take advantage of the free 30 days and check it out. Thank you to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. Now let's check out what Eero has sent.
Like, the does he want now? Fucking toaster pics.
With the player sprite now in the game, I added a toast object that gets launched in the opposite direction that the player moves. Hopefully this shows the player that they move by shooting the toast in the opposite direction that they want to move in. Next, I added the toast ammo system. This caused a problem, however, as the player would eventually run out of ammo and just float off screen. To fix this, I added the floating bread collectible and made it so it randomly spawns, and when collected will refill the player's ammo. But before I added that, I actually got distracted and added the space background. To do this, I used the same method as earlier, which meant that I needed a picture of space. Luckily for me, I knew a guy who just might be able to take one. With all that in place, I added a score system which increases by 1 point every time the player collects a piece of bread. Now all I have to do is complete the game loop, so I added a game over menu that appears when the player floats off the screen. I also added a hotkey so that the player could restart the game without having to close and relaunch it. I was almost out of time, but I managed to quickly record and add some awful sounds into the game. Overall, I've really enjoyed making a game using Pygame, and considering the time frame, I don't think it turned out too bad. I want to do something like this again using other game engines and frameworks, so please do leave suggestions in the comments. Remember to check out today's sponsor Brilliant and claim your free 30 days. Also consider checking out this video on screen where I made a game using Pico 8. I'll see you next time.